players is one of our fundamental goals in Bilton bands, because quite simply they represent the band's future. So with this in mind, we decided that we'd like to invite the members of the training band to formally open the Bandroom. So, without further ado, if you'd like to cut the ribbon!
Written especially for today's occasion by our professional musical director, David Stoll. Thank you, David.
I want to welcome Keith Fisher and Stan Collins.
Yes, look, here we are in this magnificent new Bandroom, and it's Stan and my duty now to open it. So here we go, Stan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great pleasure in declaring the Bandroom open.
We then got on to fund it, which was building the Bandroom. And in order to coordinate that, we set up a project subcommittee. So I'd like to just run round and thank my fellow members of that committee. And I think we've got some gifts for a couple of those as well. The person who's headed that up, as Stan and Keith mentioned, is Ian Bowles. I suspect there's not a day in the last 6 months when he's not either been up in this Bandroom or at home dealing with paperwork, funders, invoicing, builders. The myriad of work that's gone into this behind the scenes to get us where we are today cannot be underestimated. I think we also owe a debt of gratitude to Jean Bowles, who she may thank us because I suspect she hasn't seen much of Ian over the last 6 months. So I'd just like to thank you both very much for your efforts and contribution. And Ian, if you'd like to come forward. Mark Allen, and Keith Fisher. So I'd like to call them forward, with the exception of Keith, who's already a hand of president. You're still not getting this from me. So if Brian and Mark want to come forward, get something. I would also like to thank Ian and Paul and all of the team at IP Construction who have built this wonderful building for us. Also to Guy Towers, who's the architect who worked very closely with Brian in putting together the original design. When we finally got to the stage of having the money and able to move the project forward to the build stage, Guy had retired. But very generously passed all his designs and work over to a lady called Rebecca Chapman of Chapman Design. And Rebecca took that on and has brought the project to where it is today. So thank you to those people as well. While the build was going on, we obviously couldn't rehearse. I mean, you've seen the photographs, it was a lovely field. Certainly couldn't rehearse here. So we had to find somewhere else to live. And that wasn't just the senior band, that was the training band as well. So I'd like to thank Rugby School, who very generously hosted the senior band throughout the period we've been away. But also to Hannah Bowles, who has coordinated that, and in spite of last-minute changes, moves, things moving around in the school itinerary, it's always made sure that we've had somewhere to play. There's been quite a few frantic emails sent around on Friday lunchtime saying, guys, we're in a different room tonight, or you make your way to somewhere else. But it's always worked. We've always had a roof over our heads and somewhere to rehearse. So thank you to Hannah.
Thank you.
Taken care of, and through a combination of the generosity of Crescent School and Bilton Evangelical Church, we found rooms for the training band to rehearse in. So I'd like to thank those two organisations as well for accommodating us so generously. I'd also like to thank Dave Graham, Dennis Graham and Joan Graham, who arranged to store our equipment for us, you know, our spare instruments, music stands, chairs, everything else, the percussion equipment, everything that goes with it. And Dennis and Joan will let you have your garage back soon. Dennis and Joan, welcome forward. To the ladies in the committee, Sheila, Jenny, Laura, Hannah and Pauline, who've arranged this wonderful occasion for us today, to bringing chairs from schools at 4:30 last night, to being here at 9 o'clock this morning along with a few other members, thank you to those as well, to set the room out as it is and arrange catering, balloons, the ribbon, everything else that's gone into it. So ladies, on behalf of us all, thank you very much. Just one final, to Mark, to Diane, who so capably leads the training band, committee, the members of both bands, and all of our supporters for their patience, flexibility and understanding while we've been itinerant over the last few months. Without your patience and forbearance, we couldn't have done it. Everybody's been very understanding of our predicament and has worked very hard to make sure that the disruption was minimal, in most cases non-existent. So on that, I'd like to close and to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you.